with the equipment, with this phone, this camera, you might have to click down below the screen which says CC, so you can see the subtitles to understand what I'm saying. Let the hearing of this videograph evoke in us. Now this is, I'm saying to Geraldo, the oldest one, our maker, let the hearing of this videograph evoke in us the surrendering to the will of the holiest one, and to enact his will in love, and for us to enact his will in love of him. On with the show. Frostburg, Maryland has long time been a town of miners of coal. Coal is in the mine, so a miner would take the coal out of the mine. He would be an unminer. Now the problem with that word is that it's a noun. Mine is a noun. So you can't say a miner because goes with a verb. So to make a noun into a verb, one way of doing it is put the syllable be in front of it, like behave or beehive. No. You can find other examples. I'm not going to try to think of them now. So someone who takes coal out of a mine is a unminer. So Frostburg, Maryland has long time been a town of unminers of coal. Wales has long time been a land of unmining of coal. For instance, celebrated actor Richard Burton originated in Wales. In a rare interviewing done by interviewer Dick Cavett, Richard boasted that unminers in his town, such as was his papa, were admired for their toughness and manliness. Those are my words. When Welsh folk came to the USA,
doesn't come from having
you stinking waz-hample daggle-wanger. Excuse my Orkin language. When Welsh folk came to the United States of America, many of those who were unminers of coal came to lands in the United States of America, where coal occupied mines, so as for them to be able to be paid for the skills that they already possessed, such as is Frostburg. Such a land is Frostburg. Some of the said Welsh folk founded a church's house for Welshly speaking self-styled, quote, Baptists, end quote. The offspring of those Welsh folk learned to speak English. Said they to their fathers and mothers, "We long for a church's house, for a church of self-styled Baptists, wherein English tongue and not Welsh tongue be spoken." Those are my words. Hence, such a church's house built they. Both houses of churches thrive today. However, and notwithstanding, the Welsh tongue has been dropped. The pastor of the no longer time Welsh church and its house at one time ran a franchise for the cooking, selling, and delivery of pies of the variety known as pizza. This he did in a land known as the Beflowered Land, or in a single word, Florida. His drivers and or driveresses came to be regularly robbed by malefactors. He got wind of the fact that the robbers were members of a cluster of sellers of dope. He identified one visitor to his store who was a member of the cluster, by whom he requested, the manager, pastor, requested a powwow with the leader of the malefactors, or else he some other how got the message to him. The leader heeded the summons and came to the later-to-be pastor's store, accompanied by men who were not of the variety known as hench, inasmuch as the word hench, till now unbeknownst to most folks, means stallion. Look it upward in etymonline.com and you'll see that my source for the knowledge is true. Stand by while I go some cocoa. While I sip some cocoa. Okay. The later-to-be pastor, named Sawaikis, offered to give to the malefactors any pie thenceforward, if only they would desist from the robbing. The leader acceded to the bargain, and no more robbings were done against the drivers and or driveresses of then Mr. Sawaikis. Upon hearing this tale, my first reaction was, this is not our way, to be extorted by crooks. But then I thought, what was he to have done? He was in no readiness to respond to the robins with warfare, and as we all know, at the time, no one in government was handy to warden him. His course was costly and appeasing, that is to say, the course that he took was costly and appeasing, but the outcome was better than erst. Now the Holy Writ holds ride for such an instance. Again and again we have been informed that while we keep in line with the biddings of Feralda, the oldest one, he will keep such violence from us. Moreover, prayers abound in the Holy Writ, whereby obedient servants of Feralda might summon judgment against the twisted malefactors and or malefactresses. For folks who violate the commandment against stealing is this prayer. Quote, this is quoting from the Holy Writ. The wrath of Feralda comes upon the children of disobedience. End quote. For this to be granted to us, first we must see that we ourselves be obedient, as be noted in the 7th bit of the Scout Law of the Boy Scouts of America. Here's how you can find out more about me. Unfortunately, this is backwards, but if on certain sharing sites, I'll put a link, if possible, in the, what do you call them, description. I can't see nothing this way. Let's see. There you go. Just pause and you can read it backwards. I don't know why it's backwards. Well, I'll catch you next time, folks. Thanks for coming.